Desert Diaries. Hello, Arizona calling. And this week, something monumental happened. In the blink of an eye, I became the mother of a teenager. A teenager! Yes, my tiny baby girl who just last week was learning to crawl and grabbing fistfuls of baked beans from her plate and joyfully throwing them up the kitchen wall. Well, that little one had her 13th birthday. 13! So happy birthday, Lila. Her second birthday in America. In terrifyingly grown-up gift requests, she'd wanted a double bed, which the family clubbed together and bought her, and a book on politics. She is massively engaged in politics, and I was frankly thrilled to get her this book, not least because she asked me so many questions which show up my embarrassing lack of knowledge about the in-depth pros and cons of different political systems. She has read both the American Constitution and the Communist Manifesto. She said she wants to be president one day, which I had to point out can't happen because she wasn't actually born here. She was absolutely furious at this fact. The good news is she also asked for a massive packet of Doritos, you know, those flavoured tortilla chips that no one else was allowed to eat but her. So there's still a little bit of a little girl in there somewhere. Unfortunately, because of COVID, she couldn't have a party, but she asked for her birthday meal to be at the Cheesecake Factory. Now, let me describe this for you. Imagine an absolutely enormous restaurant with kind of really low lighting, actually, and bizarrely decorated in a sort of mock Grecian style with frescoes and columns and archways. And I don't know, maybe the Greeks loved cheesecake. I don't know. But it is Lila's favourite place to go because, one, the portions are enormous, and two, well, there's cheesecake. Now, when I say big portions, I mean that when I order a salad there, as I did on Tuesday, I had a vegan Cobb salad, which I know sounds really dull, but it was so delicious. I tend to eat half, take half home, and then the next day, Dave and I have half each of the remainder for lunch, and we're stuffed. It's that big. My friend Ian always has their shepherd's pie, and it keeps him going for 4 meals. It's absolutely enormous. Then, well, the cheesecake. Now, if I say the word cheesecake to you, I'm kind of thinking you're imagining something with a digestive base, kind of a creamy topping of about an inch, and then some berries on the top, right? No. Think of something that sits about 5 inches high. I'm not exaggerating, I promise you, and contains whole pieces of chocolate bar, biscuits, sponge cakes, fruit, caramels, peanut butter. I mean, I could go on. There's about 30 varieties available at the Cheesecake Factory, and every single slice generally has more calories in it than most adults should eat in a day. I tell you, portions. Usually the girls share a piece and still take half home in a box. It is the meal that keeps on giving. It's a real treat to go there. Well, she had a lovely time, though, and they made a right fuss of her, singing happy birthday and presenting her cheesecake with a birthday candle. A little while later in the restaurant, we heard happy birthday being sung elsewhere. And Lila pipes up, "Oh, maybe Kamala Harris has decided to come here for her birthday too." How did she know this? I had no idea that the vice presidential nominee shared a birthday with my daughter, but I tell you, Lila knew. She and her politics. In other news, Keith actually got in touch with me on Facebook this week and asked me a really interesting question, and I didn't know the answer to this. Keith said, I've been listening to your diary since the beginning, and I was wondering if, given the various deadly creatures, snakes, coyotes, etc., and not forgetting home defence, cough, crazy ex-landlords, are you allowed to buy or carry firearms? Now, do you know, I had absolutely no idea, so I asked a friend about this, and he told me, no, you can't. And I then went and checked it out, and you do indeed need to be a US citizen to carry a firearm here in the States. I quote, An alien admitted to the United States under a non-immigrant visa is prohibited from shipping, transporting, receiving or possessing a firearm or ammunition unless the alien falls within one of these exceptions, and that's to do with either having a hunting permit or being an official of a foreign government or a foreign law enforcement agent, or one of these things, of which I am none. So as a non-immigrant alien, that trips off the tongue, doesn't it? It seems that no, I could not own a gun. That's okay, I'd rather buy some shoes. However, if by chance I was born here, I quote from the Arizona Department of Public Safety, there is no requirement for background checks on private gun sales in Arizona. This includes handguns and long guns, with the only requirement being the purchaser is at least 18 years old. Yeah, you heard that right. No background checks at all. So there you go. I will stick to buying shoes, I think, and also try and stay away from beasties of both the animal and the human variety. I'll see you in the desert.